There's one thing we loved to do in the 70s, rock and roll all night, Detroit City style. Let's talk about Kiss and the merchandise. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. And if you grew up in the 70s, there's no way you avoided Kiss. Even your parents were like, don't listen to that music, it's Satan's music. You still listened to it, or at least you knew someone that did, and you would get some sneak peeks at Kiss stuff. So we're going to look at some of the merchandise, and you know as I do, when it comes to Kiss, there's tons of merchandise, not just from the 70s, just kept going. They would put their name on anything, even up into the 2000s, and even still today. But I thought we'd pull up some vintage stuff from the 70s, when they started to get a little carried away with it, but not as bad as they did. I think in the 90s, they really blew up. I mean, they made a Kiss casket. I don't know when that was, but I think it was 2000s. But anyway, we'll look at some of the merchandise, and yes, we're going to look at some of the Mego figures, or at least one of the Mego figures. I think I did a whole video on that, so you might want to check that out. Try to remember to link it at the end of this video. But man, growing up, Kiss was my first taste of music that wasn't something my parents or my grandparents listened to. You know, I knew Buck Owens because my dad watched Hee Haw. I knew Lefty Rizal because my grandpa was a big fan. You are probably saying, who are these people? Some of you anyway, but Kiss was mine. Although technically it was my brother. He was really into Kiss. He was a few years older than me, and he was at the perfect time for Kiss. And of course I was like, well, if he likes it, I have to like it also. And it was a perfect time. One of my first earliest albums I remember too is Destroyer. What a great album. I used to listen to the album over and over again, and I had to be very young. I mean, it came out in the late 70s, 78, 79, somewhere in between there. So I was pretty young, but I probably listened to it throughout the early 80s also. I remember one track where it had the guy getting on a motorcycle and he gets into a wreck and you hear him revving his engine. It blew my mind. My favorite song was Beth. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that's the hack song to like out of Kiss. I mean, it's the biggest radio hit they had, but I loved that as a kid. I loved Beth because I was a big Peter Criss fan. I remember we had field day at our school. I don't know if you had field day. We had field day, and there was someone there put makeup on our face. She put me the cat, the Peter Criss on my face. I didn't want to wash my face for about a week, but I didn't like to wash my face anyway, so it really didn't matter. But man, I was crazy about Kiss. I remember we had a friend up the road, and we would play Kiss. He would always want to be Paul. I would always want to be Peter. How did we play Kiss? I'm not sure. We didn't play like we were in a band or anything. I think we probably saw Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park and was running around like superheroes, to be honest with you. I'm not right. I just remember that. I just remember what he would want to be Paul and I wanted to be Peter. I love Peter. I know most people like Gene. My brother loved Gene. He had the Gene Mego figure. And I think I had a Peter Criss one, but I don't really remember that. I think I just remember having it, but that Gene one he had for years. I remember seeing it in his closet, so that's why that one's kind of burned in my head. But let's look at some Kiss merchandise. And we'll start with this right here. Kiss record player. Hey, if you were into Kiss, you were into playing records, so you had to have this. Although it looks like it only plays a 45 record. I'm not sure. Maybe it plays an album also. I guess it did. Probably had a speed control change, but it fits perfectly for a 45. This is one of those carry around ones that you could close the top of it. It was really great for kids if you're into music. I'm sure the sound quality wasn't anything special, but we didn't care. We didn't care about if it was great sound or not. We just wanted to hear Kiss. We just wanted to hear some great songs. We wanted to rock and roll all night. So we rocked and roll all night all right with that one. What if you want to dress up like Kiss, but you didn't like makeup on your face? After a few hours, it gets all cracky and everything is not fun. Well, you could with this right here, the Kiss costume with hair. That's right, it says it right there. Costume and makeup and hair, all of it right there. It even comes with the smock that you put on so you can look like Kiss. That's something good if you ask me. Trading cards were really big in the 70s here. Let me make sure that's right. Okay. Oh, you can't hardly see that one. Sorry about that. Let me slow this down a little bit. Is that better? Kiss trading cards. Yes. Like I said, trading cards was really big in the 70s. Everyone had trading cards, almost every movie. Even the Gong Show had trading cards. And there you go, Kiss trading cards. Kiss trading cards. I remember having these. I remember my brother had a folder. No, he had a clipboard. I guess he took it to school. I don't know. He had a clipboard. And he glued some of the cards on there. He had some stickers. I think there was some stickers in the box also. No. I don't remember the gum, but I remember gum come with other things. Remember when bubble gum came with trading cards? It was so good. So good. Good times. Let's see what else we have right now. Look at this, a portable Kiss radio. That's right. A portable Kiss radio. Is this AM or FM? It doesn't say. It's probably just AM. Back then everything was AM. But maybe it was for both. But it's pretty awesome. You could be listening to your favorite jams going down the road and say, oh my God, I hope that, how'd I get off this disco channel? You know, we hated disco. We had to have, you know, our sisters like disco. We couldn't like disco. And then here they come. Kiss. Oh man, you start listening to Kiss. You're jamming out, man. Kiss, yeah. Kids in Satan services, or whatever it stood for. You know, some religious person made up something else in every town what it stood for. But then here, that's what my aunt used to say: kids in Satan services. There was all kinds. Let's see what else we've got. Of course, you got to have. Oh, again, let me size this down again. Sorry about that. I know you're not very professional today, Junkman. Lunchbox and thermos. Gotta have a lunchbox and thermos. Can you imagine being about 6 years old going to school in this thing? But 6, 8 years old, you're Kiss. I bet some of the teachers thought you were the devil in disguise. You wasn't the devil in disguise. You were just part of the Kiss army. Kiss. Oh, they were great. They were great. Kiss. Let's look at another one here. Oh, this is one. I had a friend. I've talked about it before. I had a friend. He was like older. He was like 30 years old. He's kind of weird. He lived next door to us, and his job was putting video games. He owned video games. He would put them in bars and stuff, arcade. I don't think he did, you know, usually little small places. And he would always have rotating pinball machines and arcade games. He'd bring them in to fix them or get new ones. So his basement was always full of at least maybe 8 to 10 video or pinball machines. And he had the Kiss one. And I love playing pinball. Woo-hoo. I know you're saying, Junkman, are you a pinball wizard? I just might be. I love pinball, man. Somebody said, well, you know, you can get it on your phone. No, you don't play pinball on your phone. You gotta feel the machine. You gotta throw your hips in it when you wanna get the ball to go the right way. Not too hard. You don't want it to say tilt. But the Kiss pinball. Played a lot of it as a kid. Let's see what else we've got. Viewmasters. I mean, of course, Viewmasters. Oh, can you believe there was no Star Wars Viewmasters? Now, no, I think Attack of the Clones, there was one, but we're talking in the old days here. Star Wars never got on the Viewmasters. I don't know why. They would have been awesome to have a Star Wars. But we're here to talk Kiss. Kiss Viewmaster. I don't really know what this is from. Maybe scenes from the concert or something. Hope it's not scenes from Phantom of the Park. Ugh. Remember that? Phantom of the Park. Ugh. Not the best, that's for sure. And look at that. Even we could dress up. People, well, that's not me, but people could dress up. Like I said, I painted my face like Peter Criss. These people here painted themselves like Kiss and made their own costume out of cardboard and stuff, and their mom's wig. So that's pretty awesome, if you were to ask me. Now, here's something I did have. Again, probably my brother had it, and I played along with him. And let me go back over here. Sorry about that. The Kiss board game. Kiss board game on tour. I don't remember much about this game. I just remember it was a Kiss board game. I don't remember what you did or anything, but hey, I'm sure it was a lot of fun. Let's see what else we have. Look at this here. A Kiss guitar. You could be just like Ace Frehley. Paul Stanley. Kiss, 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 kiss. Kiss my kiss, kiss my kiss. I'm having a hard time thinking of songs right now. I know a lot of songs. To cut this video off, I'll name a handful of them. Detroit Rock City, Beth. I can't believe if I didn't hit record on the camera, I could name a lot of them. What was it? Sweet 16? Was that one? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. It has the plastic guitar. You know, this thing wasn't tuned, didn't sound good, but it was pretty awesome. You could act like Gene and spit ketchup all over it. And then you have the Mego figure, America's #1 rock group. And here's, what's that, Paul? Paul right there? Pretty cool if you ask me. Again, we talked about that, so I'll move on. What about Kiss? Belt buckles. You wanted to wear a belt. You wanted to look cool when you went to church. Wore your Kiss belt buckle. Oh, your mom and dad wasn't going to go for that at church. No, sirree. No, sirree. This looks like a board game, but it's not. Let me size it down again also. Sorry about that. It looks like a board game, but no, it's not. It's a jigsaw puzzle. We had this puzzle. I remember having this. We had it. Me and my brother put it together. He glued it. He liked to glue his puzzles. He had an Obi-Wan and Vader fighting. He glued it together, too. He loved doing that. And here's the very first Kiss merchandise ever. Kiss on tour. You got it at the concert. I guess it has pictures of them on stage and everything. And check this out. This came with, I think, Kiss Alive 2. Maybe it was the first one, but I think it was Alive 2. Some temporary tattoos. And I remember having some of these tattoos. I don't know if these are the ones I had, but I can remember that Peter one, putting it right there on my arm. And I loved it. But that's a look at some Kiss merchandise. And Tell me about some Kiss merchandise you had as a kid. Did you have any of this? Were you crazy about Kiss? Were you part of the Kiss army? Did you join their fan club? Did you get excited when they finally took their makeup off? I was out of Kiss by then. Peter already left and the band fell apart. I didn't really care about them then. I just remember I saw them one time at the fair on those Coke mirrors you could buy. You know, those mirrors, you pop a balloon, get a mirror, you snort Coke off. But I was a kid. I didn't know that's what they were for. And I saw Kiss without makeup on. I was like, what? Just like a hairband. Just wasn't as fun. Anyway, let me know about what your feelings were about Kiss as a kid. And, as always, let me know my content. Subscribe to the channel. Talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.